Hello, I'm David Mon, product designer for Wilderness System Kayaks. And the boat that we have here is our Radar. We have a 11.5 and a 13.5 in these boats. I want to talk to you a little bit about why we've done this boat and some of the unique features that we have with it. First and foremost, it is a paddling boat, but we've designed it for a pedal drive, and we also have the Helix motor drive. Got it in another boat right now. But it's designed to be tri-propulsion, so paddling the boat, and motoring the boat. Let me talk a little bit about just the boat itself in general. Some of the features that we've put in this is we wanted to have a very stable platform, something that you can stand up in and also be able to hold a lot of gear. As anglers are going out there in kayaks, they've got a lot of gear, a lot of accessories that they're wanting to take with them, and so we wanted to have something that allowed them to maneuver in the standing platform of the boat, but be able to carry the load and the weight of the gear and the fish that they're carrying as well. So the hull, we went and spent a lot of time. We've got something that we're calling Smart Hull Design, which talks about the stability of the boat, the maneuverability of the boat, the acceleration of the boat, the responsiveness of the boat, and tracking. And so some of those features, the stability of the boat, we've designed this boat with a tri-hull design on it that allows this to have very good stability. Most of that is going to happen right through the center of the boat through here. It's going to make the boat have great secondary stability, but we've pulled that volume out through the ends as well, so as you're maneuvering up to the bow to get something out of your hatch or something in the stern, the boat's going to stay stable for you in the water and in those conditions. Also, as you're out, we've had this boat out in river conditions, we've had it in flat water and out in the ocean as well. And all those conditions and the waves and various currents that you've had to deal with, we wanted to have a boat that would be designed to be very stable, be able to handle your gear and maneuver in all of those conditions. So some of the features that we've had the bow of the boat be a little bit taller than some of the other boats that we've done with a lower profile. The reason for that is we want to have a very dry ride as you've been out in those conditions. And so that's with having a little bit more volume up here, a taller deck, helps keep the paddler in a drier situation with the boat and without water flooding into the compartment in here. Some of the other features, as we just kind of go through it, let me drop the pedal drive down. We still have our flex drive that we have in the boat. This allows you to have electronics to this location on it, as well as it'll handle the Helix motor drive. Now, if you have your motor drive in the area here where we have our pedal drive, this also comes with its own pod system. And we're showing it here also with electronics in it. So if you have a motor drive here, it allows for your electronics to come here. If you have the pedal drive in the boat, now you can put your electronics here. The other thing is some of the fish finders that are out there also work with down imagery and side scan imagery. This allows you to accommodate both locations within the same boat as well. Let me talk a little bit about our pedal drive that we have in here, the Helix pedal drive. This will rotate up and out of the way in this position when you're ready to use it. And if you're sitting in the seat, you can just grab a hold of this right here and drop that down into place, and that locks in. Now when you're ready to get it up and out of the water, all you have to do is push on this. It pulls it up, stows up in here, and you've got zero draft. Again, we've worked a lot with the design of this system, and we wanted something that was going to be allow you to have a good cruising speed in the boat. High-end speed, people can maintain that for a while, but we really wanted to have something that you could be out all day and use this system. So we've spent a lot of time in the gearing and the prop design on this that allow you to optimize the time that you're in there, have a good cruising speed, and be able to handle that in an all-day pedaling position in it. So as we work our way back through the boat, we wanted to have a very flat, standable area here in the boat. We have a hatch in here, rectangle hatch, that you can also stand in. It gives you a good platform here and able to work in. Let me loosen up this seat a little bit. So our 3D Max seat, we've gone with that. It has your high and low position in it, but it's also adjustable. With these, allow you to be able to go forward and back in the location of that and trim out your boat in those locations. Behind that, we have storage there and a storage well in the back of the boat. Let me talk a little bit. I'm going to come around to the other side of the boat, but I'm going to talk a little bit about our steering control system for this. One of the features that we wanted to have with this is as you move this thing forward and back, that gives you your right and left turn. Now, we wanted to be able to have this thing so that you could tuck it, move it out of the way. So depending upon what you're doing, you're fishing, you didn't want to have this in your way, this moves it and puts it flush in with the deck of the boat. Another nice feature about this, if you're out in an area where you've got current and you want to set your rudder, I can take it and I can move it to a position where I can set my rudder. Then as I pull this thing out and slide it in, the rudder stayed in that position and it's in a fixed position, so the boat will stay in the position that you want. Then when you're ready to go again, you just take it back to that same position it was at, move it forward and back again, and now you're ready to rudder the boat again. So again, some of the things that we wanted to do with this boat, again, is it's going to be used in multiple environments. So we wanted a boat that whether you're out in the ocean, you're out on flat water, you're out on the rivers, that it would accommodate it with the hull design that we have a lot of storage space in the boat. So we have pockets here on the side that allow you to put gear in that's very accessible, easy to get at, right behind the seat, places to put boxes and storage in there as well. So some of the things that we've dealt with in this to make the boat as quiet as possible. Underneath the pedal drive in here, we have some dampening brushes in here. What that allows for is as you're going along and you get some turbulence under there, sometimes that kind of bubbles up in there and makes a lot of noise. The brushes dampen that. It's below the water line, so it stops the flow of the water, makes it to where it's evenly flowing through there. The other thing that does is because now you've got some type of a surface over the top of it, that is, your propeller is spinning, it bites better into the water. When we were playing around with it, we had just kind of an open cavity in there. And we really noticed that we were losing performance in it just because it was so close to the hull of the boat. And we did that because we wanted to have less draft under it, so we needed to pull it up. But we were losing performance. Just as soon as we put that membrane, these brushes over the top of it, it put enough pressure underneath that we could bite better in the water, and we had a more efficient, more efficient flow of the water with the prop.